habits and Mother Nature, and have been.
So you said this is a community garden. Does that mean what I think it means? Like people come out and they have their own little plot out here that they tend to?
No, it's actually we raise it, we take care of it, and then when the harvest time, we just give it away. We just give it to individuals that
That's
would
nice
be.
of you.
And we've got like all these on this side, all eggplants, and we've gave I don't know how many eggplants all over, you know. So no, we just more or less maintain it and take care of it. Worked out with the Girl Scouts this year. They would come out and help us with the pulling of the weeds and kind of keep the garden up and running. And it's kind of a trade-off. They came out for 3 days this past summer in July and spent the nights out here. And they came out and helped Stan keep up the garden side of it and the weeds pulled and stuff like that. So it was a good even trade, you know. I have a lot of work out here to maintain this place, and the gardening is one of our, I guess you might say, one of my highest on the list, because to keep everything neat out here, it's pretty well an every week job out here, mowing and trimming and pulling weeds.
Yeah, it looks like it'd take a while to mow this plot back here.
We got a lot of stuff to go around. 4.5 acres here, and it takes us, well, it takes Stan here, I know, a good 5.5 hours to get all this mowed and trimmed and everything. Wow. It's pretty a full Saturday morning activity out here mowing the grass and everything. And then most of the times with the kids coming in with field trips, I try to make sure that everything's neatly, because they come out and they do a lot of the various games. We do the fire brigade, and we also do the sack race and some fun games outside, drop the handkerchief and different things like that. So we want to make sure that everything's neatly mowed and make a good image for them to be here.
Yeah.
And we were just today hosting Mount Carmel's homeschoolers, and we also had the Catholic Church group of students here today, and everybody had an awesome time today. In fact, they even got to go out and check out a little bit of the corn maze. I led them in the first part where we went through the other day, so they were pretty thrilled about.
Would that be Evansville Diocese kids, or?
Well, I guess that's no. It's actually I know it's a branch off of Evansville, but it's the St. Mary's over at Mount Carmel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They are really, St. Mary's has been really a great school to come every year. Their teachers, especially the 4th and 5th graders, those teachers are really into the history part, and they bring all their students over to get an experience of the early days of how it would have been in the school in the 1920s, and also they get an experience a little bit about the African-American settlement here too, along the time of the early years, you might say. Our peak time was somewhere around the early 1900s, so that was a big, that's a big education for them to know something is this close, and to be that much of a 150-year length of time to be.
Yeah, to a kid, that's forever.
Very positive, you know. So we're still hoping that in the future we'll be able to boost those numbers for kids to do field trips here. We've got about 45-mile radius of kids come from Knox County and down by Evansville and Henderson and the various places. So
that's good.
It's a big plus for the school here, and to keep maintaining the educational side of it, and that's why we want to just keep expanding out here. We have a great supporters that are single individuals. There's a few of the businesses around. There's a few of the farmers that will give donations every year, and this helps us keep our school educational programs kind of up and going.
Yeah.
And we definitely can always use more funding that could help us make more programs available and make it more convincing for other schools to come here too, because the more that we can advertise and get the word out there and at least get them here. We had Warrenton County over here east of Evansville. Warrenton, they came up this year, first time. We also had a first time from Mount Vernon Illinois that came up. They were part of the Mennonites, so that was a big plus for us to see that interest out there. So,
yeah.
Well, we're looking at the future plans to keep education out front. Most of our items that you see here on the grounds has all been tied to education. The outhouses were built by Vincennes University students back a few years back. The barn that you see over there, the little white barn was constructed and built by Mr. Anthus up at North Gibson School Corporation.
Yeah, and I think you took me in that one time.
Mm-hmm. So the green benches and picnic tables, it's all tied to some of the youth of the county that came here and wanted to do something for the school and the kids, and they just stepped forward, and we paid for the material, and most of everything else was constructed by the youth
Oh, that's good.
of the county. So they've got a built-in interest, you might say, by taking part in expanding this and developing it to the site that we're standing in today. So,
yeah, it seems like it's growing every time I come out here. Do you mind if we go over to the concession stand for a little bit?
Sure.
Snap a couple pictures while we keep talking. So I think I got an email to Dare yesterday that the end date for the corn maze has changed.
Yes.
How long are you guys going to be open now?
Well, we're actually just shooting for the 2 weekends left here for the month of October.
Okay.
We thought about going into the 1st of November, but it's after Halloween, and we're going to start being at a point where we're going to start gearing up, getting ready to get the cleaning process going on the inside of the school and getting ready to set up for. We host the whole month of December the art show, and it's for Gibson County students, the juniors and seniors from East Gibson, North, and South. And so that gives me a couple of 3 weeks to do some touch-up paint, and we still have kids in and out. That gives me a time frame to start working on that 3 weeks head time before we get ready for December's big open house. And we always have a group on the front stage. This year, Susie Mason's going to be bringing the second graders out, and they'll be singing Christmas carols. So I really encourage the public to come out and see the artwork and see the hard work that the kids have actually worked throughout the year to display out here.
So they bring their art and they display it inside the school?
Throughout the whole building, yes.
Wow.
We have easels in there that's from one end to the other, and it's set up to really draw a nice, you might say, a variety of artwork. It's pencil, it's brush, it's just a beautiful sight, and I wish more and more of the public would come out to see it, because it doesn't cost them a dime in the month of December. All they have to do is drive up and get out and come in, and we got the lights on for them.
Wow.
And the first weekend of December, we do the big open house, and that's when we have the kids, and we have entertainment, and we have refreshments, and we just kind of kick it off to really say we appreciate your hard work for the youth, and your great gift of ability to paint and brush, and my hat's off to all the teachers that are art teachers that really work hard with their students throughout the year. And then most of our art that's displayed out here, it goes for the contest in Evansville and the various other places. So it's really nice work for the public to come and see.
Okay. Wow.
And then after that, you kind of look forward to Christmas and holidays, and then we look at 2014 and hit the ground running again. We have, we try to do a little bit of a celebration for Martin Luther King's birthday comes up, and then Black History Month is the month of February. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we jump from the February all the way into March, and we're going to do the glowing Easter egg hunt this year. We're going to have about 2,000 or 3,000 glowing Easter eggs out here in the nighttime.
Wow.
So we're really trying to reach out to the public and reach out to our kids and say, let's continue this. Let's let you grow up to be parents, and then you can continue to keep this all ongoing and making our county very proud and coming up with new projects and making things even better. So we're just kind of being a spearhead leader that we can say, if we can do it, I know you can do it. So the young people are coming on more and more. You see more activities with the youth, and I'm so proud of our kids. They do work very hard on their various projects throughout the years in school, and and outside of school, you might say.
Yeah. Yeah, and if the kids have good memories of out here, they'll probably remember it and bring their kids out, and it keeps going that way.
You know, it's amazing. We've been up and running this thing ever since 2004, and now their parents, and they're bringing their
so you are starting to get that.
Oh, yeah, we're already in the recycle.
All right.
Parents walk in, and they'll say, oh, yeah, I remember like yesterday when I came here, and I was in the 4th grade or the 5th grade.
That's great.
So here we've been at it this long, and it's kind of a real blessing to say that we've been able to touch that many hearts, and they always, every one of the kids that leave here have that statement that out of all our field trips, this is the best of the best. And so
that's good.
That's a good sign that we're doing something right out here. And every year we try to come up with some new ideas, and we do some quilt blocks this go around. In the last couple of years, the kids will actually make their own and form their own quilt block.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and so they get a thrill out of putting those together. And that was brought to me, and it was Krista Hadley that actually brought this idea to me, and my hat's off to her. She does a great job on coming up with some great ideas for the kids and something new and different. And Kelly Scott in there, she does some great jobs on coming up with great ideas. So I have a lot of working team that they don't get their names in the paper, but hey, I'm telling you, they're out here for the kids. They really do look at what we can make changes and make it better.
Yeah. Who all is on your team? Let's go through those while I've got you talking here.
Well, we have just a variety of volunteers. You know, it's like Connie Kinkle. She's here pretty well. I can call her on kids that's going to be out here. Paul Hand. We got Kelly Scott. We have Mary Kay Turner. We have Kanda Walden. We have from Illinois. We have 2 young ladies from Illinois that actually comes over and helps out with our field trips. Wow. And that is Sandra Warren, and also we have Paula Garrett, and she was just here today helping. And our teachers that we have out for the Heritage Classroom is Larry Curry, Krista Hadley, and we have also a young girl that is on board, and she is just like a Laura Ingalls rebuilt all over again. Wow. And her name is Emily Moore. She is just an awesome picture for the role play of Little House on the Prairie. So she does a great job. Very, very good at her skills in the classroom. Does an excellent. All my teachers, they do an excellent job on recreating the early 1920s in that classroom. But we had a good starting block. Probably 10 years ago, there was 9 school teachers from the various school corporations, North, East, and South, and they worked on the curriculum for the Heritage Classroom. So that's why it's so well put together, and that's why the kids have a great time when they come to attend it, is because it was a well thought out homework for 9 school teachers. Spent about 2 years of their time putting all this together.
Wow.
So that's pretty good dedication.
When was that?
That was in 2005 when we were just starting this, finalizing the building in 2004. And that May we kind of grouped together with a committee, and then they took off with it and tried to get it all finished and wrapped up somewhere in latter part of 2005.
Okay.
And we had most of our books and stuff in place, and by that time we had the desk all restored, and that was a big help because Mr. Okamoto from Toyota's president came in at one time, and he sat down and he said, Stan, he said, I want to really get involved in helping this community project that you have going here. And so Toyota actually put about $35,000 into that Heritage Classroom.
Wow.
You know, my hat's off to them. I mean, they really have been a real blessing for Lyle Station's project, but you know, it's for all of our kids throughout the county, and we really do appreciate, you know, with their help and support throughout the year. So, and with us getting ready for, 2015, they're going to be set in concrete with the Smithsonian's new building. This is going to bring a lot of traffic to the community. It's going to build our economy. It's going to make us really a nice, rich heritage coming up in the future here. We probably got about 18, maybe 20 months away before we'll see buses driving up here, and we'll see people from other parts of the world coming here just to see Lyle Station. So that gives us a hard time to go, that we got to really work on getting Lyle Station up to speed and having a nice facility with the flowers and the decorative and the kids' education, and put it all together.
Yeah. So, Smithsonian, I think we talked about this a little bit one of the last times I was here, but the Smithsonian Institute is like officially recognizing you guys. Is that how that's working?
Yes, that's right. With the story behind the Lyle Station story, with all the different youngsters that went out and made a difference. I mean, even with with the various ones that either became mayors of various big cities, went to the White House for 21 years, and the others that were great principals at Christmas Attics, and just the variety of kids that left here and done a great job on representing their homestead of Lyle Station, but they also made a great mark and contribute to the future of our nation. So, you have to really be proud to tie that all together. And once Smithsonian 3 years ago started hearing about all the things that has happened with Lyle Station and what goals they have met, they had a great interest in looking into moving this as one of their definitely earmarks at the new Smithsonian building. So Paul Gardule and Annalisa Cox was very, very impressed the first time that they came here, and he's one of the very top curators of this new building that's going in 2015.
Okay.
And so he set aside vacation time personally, not just send one of his staff, but personally to come here to sit down and talk to us.
Now, the new Smithsonian building, where is that going to be going in?
It's going to be right beside of the Washington Monument. You know where the Washington Monument's, down at the far end of Pennsylvania Avenue there.
Oh, okay. So in Washington, D.C.
In Washington, D.C. They're going to have off to the left side of it, or the north side of it, they've got a 5-acre stretch there. That's where the new building, and it's already in the progress of it's actually the construction, I guess, of the basement and the floor plans is already done. They're ready to start putting steel in the air. So my understanding, building's supposed to be completely finalized and finished by no later than mid-part of 2015.
Okay, and then, so they'll have an exhibit about you guys there in that building?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes, we have already packed up, sent our artifacts. We have already put our stories together and worked with USI student to help us put those stories together, and we are definitely on their earmark for representing Lyle Station at a big scale. So that's why I keep saying we're going to have to be ready for traffic coming our way.
Yeah.
So we're about 2 years out, and hopefully in that 2 years' time, we can really match some things together and make things work very positive for us, as far as for the county and representation, and having plenty of hotel room, and having various things from downtown to where we can take and tour people. We got the Toyota Center out there. Mm-hmm. We got lots of places, the Zaya Path. Got a lot of places that they can actually see and go and do the time that they come to Lyle Station. So
yeah, it seems like things are kind of falling into place with 69, with Princeton getting the stellar community.
Yes.
Could be good.
It could be good. And that's our goal and hope. We're going to work really hard on that to see if we can't make all of that kind of mode together. And once the traffic starts building up coming our way, we want to send them back with a great smile and let them talk to about 10 more people, and they'll send another 100 people our way. So
there you go.
That's our goals. Yeah.
So if we got somebody escaping it at the concession stand.
Well, they're looking for something to drink, I would think. They just came through the corn maze. So.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, getting down onto a little smaller scale, what all we got in the concession stand right now?
Well, here we go. It's sitting out front here. I haven't got the chance to put everything up here. We got apple cider. We got $5 bill. You can get actually a drink, a potato chip. You can get a thing of marshmallows and a soft drinks for $5. So that's a combo.
Oh, the hot dog combo there?
Yeah, that's a pretty good package.
Okay.
I work third, so.
And then over here you got some pumpkins.
Yeah,
will kids be
these-
able to paint those,
Yeah,
or what are those for?
That's what all this is going to be. They're going to be having pumpkins painted, and for a couple of bucks, they can take them home with them and have them ready for Halloween time. And we kind of set that up so they can explore and come up with their creativity, you might say. So, yeah.
Oh, in case you're wondering, the reason I'm sticking this in your face is I got it recorded.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
You had,
Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about it, if we get a group in here tomorrow afternoon that is, most of the kids know each other, then we're going to probably do some sack races out here. And
Yeah.
kind of have some fun things that they can take part in. It gets so dark so quick, it's hard to put a whole lot together tonight. I had several groups that said they were going to come, but I'm thinking about 6 o'clock, surely they would be showing, because 7:30 it'll be dark out here.
Yeah, it'd kind of be hard to do the corn maze by then.
They may have decided to come tomorrow afternoon because they'll be out here a lot longer. We're open 7 hours, so
yeah,
you're going to get your money's worth, and you can run and play and do a number of things.
Yeah, if I were at school with a bunch of kids, I think I'd come out in the middle of the day, so it'd be easy to round them up.
Well, that's true. So true. But yeah, we last weekend we had 2 carloads from Mount Carmel that was here, and they were all excited about going through the maze. But after all that rain and we had about 5.5, almost 6 inches over here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of advised them that why don't we wait until it's nice and dry, and you'll have a better chance to go through it, and it wouldn't be all soggy and wet.
Right.
Saturday morning, about time that sun broke out, we had 2 more families, a couple of grandparents, and one young lady that had 5 of her siblings along. They went ahead and put their boots on and marched on out in there. So I guess weather really wasn't a big factor for them. They wanted to go through the maze, and they took off.
They about have driven a while to get here.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this maze. All right. So you got the pumpkins, you got the maze, concession stand, sack races. Looks like there's another campfire over there.
Yes, we have 2 campfires, and that way we won't have to worry about everybody being all hovered up on one fire. We'll want to kind of spread it out, and then if we have groups to come in, then that group can kind of use one of them, and then everyone else can kind of work off of the other side. So, yeah, we kind of put that together to make it work, and we'll just see. This is our first year. Like I say, we didn't even have this in our budget to do. But Stan wanted to put something else out here for our kids to enjoy, and I've got some green corn over on the far side. It's still running moisture test of about 21, so it's going to be about 2 more weeks before we can actually get in there and harvest this whole field. So that's another factor.
Might as well use it while you're waiting on it.
Right, and believe me, it was lots of tickles and giggles trying to get all that cut out with a corn knife. But
I bet.
We were successful. Got everything cut with about. Ended up with, after you left that one day. After Princeton up here left, I went ahead and cut about 6 more in there. So we got 15 actual trails out there to go wander around through.
Wow.
And I'm real pleased the way it shaped up and turned out. I wanted to make it safe for the kids, so we have 2 exits on the north side that if you absolutely get scared or if you feel like you've walked all you want to walk, you can come out and come back up on that north wood line there. There's a roadway down there.
All right. So it's hard to get lost, but it's also hard to finish.
Yeah, to get back to that exit over there, there's a couple of tricks, and there's a couple of places that doesn't even look like a trail that you have to go on to get to this exit right here. So it's kind of a challenge for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. But if you just would reason where the exit's at and think about it, I'm out in the middle of this corn area, then I'm thinking, yeah, it's got to be somewhere in that location. So when you wander down, there's a pathway about like from here to that tree, and you think, well, that don't go anywhere, so you don't use it. That's the one you want to use, and little short steps so that you can actually wind around and come out your exit over there. Because if you go straight on that pathway, you end up way back in behind all this wood or these trees right here in the center part here.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How late are you open tomorrow? Just
tomorrow we'll be open to 8 o'clock.
Till 8? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, we'll be here to 8 o'clock, and we're definitely kind of gearing up, set with our hot dogs and all the things that we're going to have activity tomorrow. We'll have plenty of everything so nobody runs out of anything, and we'll have plenty of water. If it's 80-some degrees, we'll have plenty of bottled water here. So my goal is to meet all the safeties, and I've already contacted the fire department so that if there's somebody that would happen to slip and fall and need the assistance, they can. They've got a map, and we can pinpoint, and that's why we got little numbers out there. If they're located by number 7, trail, then we know exactly which trail to go down to find them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's why the trail markings.
That's a good idea. I would not have thought of that. So, Stan, this is your cornfield.
Yes.
And you guys just kind of went out there with corn knives and cut it down?
I had 2 guys that helped me a little bit on it, probably maybe a couple of days, and then the rest of it I cut out myself. I just whacked away. I'm retired now, so I have plenty of daylight time that I can spare for
that always
working
helps.
on the project here. In fact, I have been I've been blessed with getting out before I just get crippled up, and I can't because I worked at the Duke Energy. I worked at the power plant and worked there for right at the 30-year mark, and it's just a blessing not to be, at a point in life that I can't do a lot of my things that I want to do.
Yeah.
And we have had, I've had really good luck on being pretty active, and and that's kind of a blessing. I'm trying to break some of these back because I'm sure the girls get their hair messed up if we're not getting smashed with the corn stalks. But once these things, you cut them open, and they get this droopy mood coming in.
Yeah.
And the wind came through here the same time it hit up in Princeton, and it went and dipped down and broke a lot of the tops out of this. But it did not get down onto the ground to flatten out some of the corn. So
that's good. Most of it's still standing.
Yeah, so I really ended up with a break. I got a big break by not seeing anything flattened on all my plans for our corn maze. Would have been south about like last year. Last year we just ended up with way too much drought, and this stuff only got it probably about this high.
Yeah, last year was bad.
Yeah. Now, when we get to these places like here, you have to make that decision to the right or to the left. So while you're trying to make this decision to the right or to the left, somebody's going to try to coach you and say, well, we need to go to the left because, if he's going back that way, that can't be the right way. So they'll coach. And they'll
Playing mind games.
Yeah, and so they'll go this way, thinking that this is going to lead us on over toward that tree, and they'll get, I don't know, probably 80 rows over in there, and it'll be a stopping point. Then you got to turn around and you got to wander all the way back through here.
See, it's for the kids. It's more of a guided corn maze tour.
Yes.
That makes sense.
I didn't want to make it too complicated because you've got, and these are, I can't do much about these things because they're soft. I step on them and kind of smash them. But we end up going to the west quite a bit. My goal was to make it so if Mom had her little kids with her, they had a chance to really pull them still there to get an exit out of here before their electricity just wore out and broke out.
Next time you are pulling one of the heads off, you sort of turn around and get it.
Oh. Yeah, we got some down here. I think this here I don't like. When Mr. Spider's up here.
Yeah.
We'll do this.
I don't want to get the exact same. Oh, you don't have to look at it. That's perfect.
Yeah, we want to break some of those back.
I didn't want to get the exact same picture.
Yeah, now they're going to be scary. The kids are going to be scared enough about something grabbing them on the neck out here in the dark.
Exactly.
About doing it in a designated area, and I said, nah, let's do the whole thing. That way we can have somebody anywhere and everything.
Yeah.
Which makes it a little bit better.
We can pop out the north side if you want. That
Well,
picture turned out pretty well.
Yeah, we got just a little ways to go here, and I'm
Sure.
going to show you where the safety's at.
Okay. I don't want to spoil too much of it myself. I'm planning to come out tomorrow night.
You'll still be out here wandering around. I'm not going to show you how to get out of here. You're going to see how to get in, but then we get to a place like this, and you're going to make a decision. Do I just keep on wandering around going this way? I know I got to get way over there to get to that exit, so do I use this trail? So you take off and go on this trail, and it'll wander almost over somewhere about halfway between here and that tree. Bingo, you'll stop. So you'll have to play it by ear with your girlfriend and say, well, let's go this way. This looks like a good way to go. Well, I don't know if that's the right way or not. And then she'll say, do you really know where you're going?
Now, see, it's shorter over. Well, it looks like the wind got the tops of some of these over here.
See how the wind's cut and snapped all these off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got lucky because I could have had. We've got some corn over there next to where I live at, and it's flat on the ground. We had to try to pick it up the other day, and didn't have a very good luck on getting that picked up. But right here, fix this up. This actually, it was too wet to to actually germinate the corn. So this ended up just being a bare spot. So somebody was looking over my shoulder. And I ended up using this for the ambulance to get back there to somebody that would get way back in here and get overheated, or maybe they would trip and fall and break a finger or just what.
Yeah.
So I'm going to block this off back here. This is the second exit because I need to get this spelt the right way. The exit here will be our second exit for the parents that's had the kids to go all the way through it. Now they can wander back through it, or they can come here and see we go all the way back up to the big trailer up there. So
okay.
I'm going to put a yellow thing across here, and then that way I can get the fire guys back here, or the ambulance, whatever we might need. Because if it gets up to 80 tomorrow, it's going to be pretty dry.
Yeah.
And young people forget they need to use the bathroom before they start, and they need to actually get a drink, a good water drink before they start.
Not soda.
Not soda, because once you get out there and get hot, it starts working on you.
Yep.
So on that roadway that goes back through there, there's several different trails that you can actually, and that one we just stopped off at, if you'll go ahead and follow that one straight on over, that's pretty interesting, going in the westward direction there.
Okay.
And there's a couple of circle drives up there. You'll end up back where you started. So
should be fun.
Wouldn't want to just make it too easy, you know?
Right. You know, near the end of it, it'd be really cool. I don't know how you would do this, but get like an aerial photo. If you know somebody who's got a chopper or something.
Well, Glenn flew over it, and he said he couldn't make it out how to get out of it. I said, well, next time you go up, let me know. I'm going to go with you. Just some photo shots. He goes up on Saturday mornings. Of course, right now we're all in the middle of grain, but sometimes before crop harvest time gets started, he flies. He's got his own airplane over at Lawrenceville's hangar, and he has a big livestock herd over here south of us at the Cliffs farm over there. So Glenn Morris, he's got his own plane. You never know that for a farmer, because he works hard, really a hard worker, and he enjoys flying, and nobody would ever picture him being a person sitting down in an airplane.
Yeah.
But
well, when you work hard, generally you can
that's right.
Stock a little back and have a little hobby to yourself.
That's right. You got to have a little fun time. You got to have a little bit of that hobby to go with everything else, and you work hard and you accomplish all the goals that you wanted to do in a certain period of time. Then you got to have some relaxation.
That's right.
You can see how that wind and stuff caught that and snatched that all down, that one storm we had the other day. So I got to get most of them and get them back up sometime this evening, first thing tomorrow morning.
Okay. And then some of the corn stalks are for sale, I saw.
Yeah, all of them up here are for sale. It's just another money raiser for the school. $7 for a big bundle of corn stalks. And if they're really close at hand, then I don't even mind delivering them to them. You know, if I've got 3 people that are going in the same direction tomorrow, up on the square. We're going to have 4 of those big stock fodder delivered up there for their big activity tomorrow night. So it's you know, it's a work. Just kind of keep it going.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you're learning a lot for when you do it next year too.
Well, that's my goal, is to get some ideas from people that's been here. I know some of the girls at Fifth Third Bank here in Princeton, they talk about coming out and volunteer some time, and my goal is to, listen to their response of what they think it would be better and how they might be able to help me fine-tune it for next year.
Yeah.
I think we will actually do one of the big staircases to get up and go up high enough to be able to see the kids out there in it. I think that would be a real fun way to go, and then we may just do a big tunnel swirl. You can slide down with a rug or something on the other side. We'll see how that kind of shapes up.
That'd be something good for the parents too. If they come out, the north side, they can keep an eye on their kid. Just go over there on the platform.
That's true. Yeah. Well, you're gonna venture in behind that woods before it's all said and done. So,
oh wow.
It's kind of laid out a little different than. But if I had one of those big expensive planners that I could actually run down through the field.
Oh yeah.
That computer says shut off, and the next one says kick on, and recreate like Holiday World's got all their nice attraction. That would be a big plus. That would be a real big plus. But you know what? For the kids, entertainment and swinging that corn knife and making it all happen and see their smile on their face and excited about going and doing the things that they have done and the pleasure they have had a chance to do the maze right here at home without having to drive another 20-30 minutes or an hour behind the wheel riding. It's all well worth it. It is all well worth it.
Yeah.
So
that maze has got a little character. It's got a lot of character just from the little bit I saw too. I mean, you've got different widths of tunnels, and you got to think, is this a tunnel or am I just going off into the field?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Good deal.
Is there anything else that you want to say about the events you got going on here right now?
Well, only thing I can add is please come on out and enjoy yourself. The maze is going to be here for the next couple of weeks. We got the big haunted maze coming up, and this is one of our fundraisers so that we can keep moving forward with our educational programs, and also it helps us maintain the school. We have a large expense on overall yearly dollar figures, so it's like the corn maze out here. I stepped up and took $400 out of my pocket to put the insurance to cover it. Although I do have my farming insurance on it, I want to be sure that every child was covered. So it is well insured. There's no problem if anything should come up or happen.